Listen, make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. Did you miss me? That's that Bardell Hill from Martin, Tommy Davidson. I heard they bringing that back. I'm gonna have to do my little research, but I think I heard from a little birdie, honey, that Tommy Davidson and Martin Lawrence, they gonna be working together. Okay. Now, anyways, honey, what is this that I done heard, honey? I know y'all like, girl, you late, but what is this I hear about Melody Cherie Rogers, honey? She is trying to team up with Bondy Blue to help True T get her channel back. If she is trying to do that, honey, that is a good thing. Okay, now that right there, that's cool. That's all right. How y'all feel about that? That's cool. When I saw the video on that, I was really happy to hear that. Because Bondy has lost her channel, it seemed like several times. So yeah, honey, if anybody would know, Bondy would know, child. Okay, Bondy is a survivor, honey, in this game. They done put her through everything. So I feel like that is really good. Melody has a really good heart. I think that's really sweet. True T was a very big supporter of Melody. So, honey, I am here for it. Okay, I am here for it. What do y'all think about it? I'm about to read these people comments, honey, to see how they feel about this. I was like, this is good. This is some good news. Okay, so one person says they went after that girl, they talking about True T, because they were all jealous of her and what she was doing for Black Titanic. Another person says, I want True T back too. She was the first YouTuber I listened to on a regular basis. Another person says, True T is the reason I started to watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. She is hilarious. Another person says, Mel knows who the real ones are. Another person says, yes, I am so glad to hear this. I hope that True T gets her channel back pronto. I love Bondy Blue, and I'm very happy that she is helping. Yes. Good for Mel for getting involved. Yes, this is good, honey. Okay, this is good. Another person says, Team True T, thank you for letting us know. And yeah, that bunch keep coming for her. I guess there are a group of YouTubers that keep coming for her, honey. The person says, then they go turn around and play the victim. I am so glad that Mel has reached out and she is trying to help. Another person says, that's so nice of Melody to lend a helping hand to TT. Another person says, I'm happy True T is getting looked at. There is always friction with the content creators. Why they mess with TT channel when others' channel didn't get taken down when they have done worse. Another person says it wasn't because TT helped Miss Black Titanic. It was because she wouldn't give them part of the GoFundMe money. TT said a joke and someone copied her word for word. When she complained, the content creator laughed and continued. Another person says, Melody knows how it feels when people try to dim your light. Thanks, Mel. Thanks also to Here for the Hot Tea for allowing True T to use her backup channel. Oh, that's nice of her. That's sweet. I'm glad that, people are really coming together to support her. Another person says, this is so amazing. When Melody states that she is not here for the mess, she is not here for the mess. Melody will not be tolerating any BS from anyone using her name, brand, and likeness to make money on YouTube, Love and Marriage Huntsville, or anywhere else. They are all jealous of True T, and I am so glad so many are coming to her defense. Another person says, I'm so happy they are helping True T. You may not like TT's delivery, but if you were under attack by multiple content creators and money was taken from you and your family, you'd be pissed. So I stand with True T. Another person says, I stopped tuning in to True T a long time ago. On one hand, everyone says that we don't know these people well enough to get involved to the extent that we do. T and AL strike the lowest blows below the belt against people, especially against Stormy, Ariane, and Martell. The double standards and hypocrisy is clear to see. Another person says, True T should not be gone. I searched and it's heartbreaking that she's not on these YouTube streets. True T paved these roads from the beginning, and I'm talking infrastructure. It's not fair and it's not cool. And the snake, I told plenty people about that snake straight out, not in no slick way. I hate this, it's horrible and pathetic, and I said what I said. Shameful, and it seems like content creators need some backing for foolishness. I pray it turns around for her. Another person says, I agree that True T became a little negative, but my solution was to unsubscribe and not watch her. I do not believe the answer is deleting people's channel. I have seen a lot of other content creators begin to be very negative, especially their content. Does that mean we go around deleting all channels that someone deems to be negative? This is not the answer. Absolutely. Them people are so ghetto and so rude to do that. Another person says TT was not bothering anybody. And Caramel Rail does steal content. I noticed it before she started stealing TT's content. Plus, she rocks with AL. The other content creators involved in getting TT's channels taken down are always in mess. That's why I unsubscribed even before all this stuff went down. Keep your head up, TT. Another person says, I think True T has issues and I hope she resolves them if she returns. She just seems to be really angry all the time and it's not a good look for any young black woman. When she told people to unsubscribe from her channel, if you listen to the Ops channel, that was it for me. Nobody's gonna tell me who I can listen to or be friends with. That's crazy talk. Another person says, I don't want to see anyone's channel being taken down as this is very low and this is how some people make their money. But TT was getting to be too vile for me and quite a few others. If and when her channel is restored, she needs to tone it down and stick to the content. Another person says this involvement with TT began after Love and Marriage Huntsville cast member with Here for the Hot Tea and Miss Black Titanic, the treatment of these two individuals revealing personal details and etc., and felt Miss Black Titanic required assistance for the GoFundMe account. She indicated if she didn't stop the actions of the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast members and other content creators would be next. In my opinion, viewed her actions as an activist. If she didn't interfere, the two involved individuals previously provided personal information which was questionable according to True T. Another person says people have to be accountable for the role they play in their foolishness. You can't request subscribers to unsubscribe from other content creator channels, and you can't talk about content creators over and over again, and you can't continue to drag content creators on another platform and think it's in your best interest. This is crazy. It makes YouTube so toxic and no longer a place to come to get recaps from shows and etc. Another person says Mel wants TT back so she can do all her dirty work for her regarding trying to tear Stormy's business down and defame the rest of the cast. What y'all think of that? That lady wasn't doing that. Another person says, I feel as though True T believed others were coming after her channel, copying her work, didn't like her for some reason or another. That mentality, it caused her to crash out. She's in my prayers. Another person says YouTube made a decision to remove TT's channel. There's nothing Mel or Bondy Blue can do about it. She needs to appeal to YouTube her case, but she was the demise of her own channel. Too much negativity. What do y'all think of that? Y'all know how I feel. I feel like everybody make mistakes. Everybody is on a spiritual journey, okay? And they are learning and, doing the best that they can. And like I said, I really do hope that, she comes back on the platform. We share, certain subscribers. All of us do. We all are a family. A dysfunctional one, but nevertheless. A family, okay? We are. So I don't know. I just feel like people, they don't like her delivery and her personality. And everybody ain't gonna like everybody, and that's fine. Everybody has the right to their opinions. But like I said, I wish her well, and I think she should, be able to come back on the platform. Because I feel like she's very talented. She's hardworking, So what do you all think of that? So another person says, they keep saying people are talking about True T. If you look at all those content creators' videos, you will only see maybe one or two videos where they talked about TT, and it is a response to what she said about them. I've been on everybody's channel, and they were not talking about her. Poor Caramel Rail, she ran her name in the mud for months, and she never responded to her until now with one response. She had a whole petition talking about removing this lady's channel. She told subscribers to unsubscribe to their channels, and they could not come to her channel. Clear violation of YouTube, and everybody wants to ignore this. She made countless videos talking about these content creators, and they were in every right to report her. I'm sure when YouTube saw those negative videos, they made the decision to remove the channel. So, child, what y'all think about that? Another person says, I used to enjoy her content, but I can pick out when something is off and she was unraveling. Will continuously accuse people of doing stuff behind the scenes with no proof, and people just run with it. She used that as an excuse to bully people. The way how she was disrespecting Dr. Shanita, that's when I said it's enough. But her supporters will learn on their own, just watch. Also, people like to call others fake male supporters. Someone asked her why she used to call Mel a hoe in the beginning. What? I ain't never heard of her calling her no hoe. What y'all think of that? Now, in other news, honey, I done read Miss Tina Knowles' book, Matriarch. Y'all make sure y'all go out and get it. You could get the audio book, okay, from Audible. Really good book. She talked about Beyonce's father constantly cheating on her. He cheated right before they was about to, before she got pregnant with Solange. And I was just thinking in the book, like, if you with this man and he keep cheating, why would you have another baby with him? But you know what I realized? Because y'all remember he ended up having a baby on her. One or two child. I know he ended up with more than one child, though. I don't know if they were still married when that second one came around. You know what I realized? Because I always thought that, wow, like, that's really bold to have a damn child on somebody. This is before Martell, hook-headed hoe and his bullshiggity, honey. But you know what? He had always cheated on her. It just seemed like that's all he did throughout their marriage, okay, throughout their relationship. He would cheat and beg for forgiveness and, and then turn around and just keep doing it. And, she ended up breaking up with him, getting an apartment with the girls. And he was spending up all the money and stuff like that. it was a mess, but I was just like, that is why a lot of men feel like they can do it and get away with it, because you keep taking them back. And so eventually that baby comes. Now the baby is here, and now there's so much shame around it. You're embarrassed by the baby, this physical being. But yeah, ladies, do not put up with all that cheating. Nothing good is going to come of it. It's just going to get worse. She also mentioned that Matthew is one of her biggest protectors. He would defend her. He would have her back. He would be very supportive of her. She had all these great things, to say about him. And I was like, wow. She says she looks at him like a brother. And you know what? If you were with somebody for a long time, and see, I'm different with this cheating stuff, because I would have nothing to do with it. For real. But look, God bless her. She a better woman than I would ever be. But for her to get past that and forgive him and be around him and still, see the good in him. Because she said he always defended her. He was so kind to her and her family. She was 26 years old when she lost her mom. And, she just felt stuck and like she didn't have anybody. So yeah, you can see how a person can be so broken and, they go through something like this and stay in it. And I was shocked, though, because Miss Tina always looked like she didn't play. Like, she didn't look like one of them people that would stick around for all this cheating. And I thought he did his cheating kind of like when these babies was being born. But no, this was a pattern of behavior for Matthew. You know what I'm saying? And she got rid of poor Richard Lawson, honey. She done got rid of him after 10 whole years. Okay, she said she was not happy with that man, Savannah. He was way too ghetto and rude. Absolutely. Could y'all see Miss Van, honey, talk about one of her men? He's still owe me money to this day. So let me read this comment I found about people judging Tina Knowles for staying all that time with Matthew, even, after he was unfaithful to her, for all those years. So one person says, for anyone asking why women like Tina stay for so long, it all comes down to your values and self-esteem. If you were not raised to prioritize yourself before a man, not just understand how to practice this concept by nature, you can easily end up this way. Honey, preach. Plus, some women will suffer in silence just for the sake of saying they're a wife or faking the image of having a happy family if they have kids with that man. Hell, I know some that'll do it without any kids. See, I understand stuff a little bit more, when you have children. I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm just saying it be people, they don't have ties to the person and still stay and, put up with their bull crap. So, yeah, back in the day, yeah. I know somebody was talking about, it was hard back in the day because, women didn't have bank accounts, or credit cards. Let's see what this person says. The person says, yep, what I said. Remember, women couldn't have their own bank accounts until 1974, and credit cards even later. Women were also paid less. Supporting yourself with kids was hard. Tina got married not too long after the laws changed. Women didn't just stay because of love. The current divorce rates prove that. They needed the marriage for survival, and they made it normal to say you were foolish to leave. Mix in religion and there you go. Even if the laws change, it takes time for social shame to fade. While I won't live that way, I never act like older women had the privileges I do, but they fought for them and I'm grateful. I know that's right. Come on. Another person says, Matthew ain't never been handsome to me. She married him for love, but everybody else probably was there because he's Beyonce daddy. I know that's right. Matthew is very unattractive to me. I disagree. I think Matthew is handsome. I do. They made some beautiful cheering, honey. Ain't that what they say in the South? Cheering. Beyonce and Solange is bad. Both of them, my girls. Solange is a Cancer, honey, just like Miss Robinson, honey. You know we don't play. Okay. She also talked about how Solange was a teenage mother. She got dragged for that. That's what you get for following up, behind Beyonce and abandoning Solange, and you only care about Beyonce, and child, a mess. We're going to talk about more of this, you guys, in the membership groups, okay? So we go read the, certain parts in the book, and honey, I'm going to come through with my commentary. But honey, on that note, I gotta go. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new. And honey, I am back in the building. Listen, did you miss me? Did you miss me? And I will check you guys out on the next video.